back to the Cozy Corner. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 3 more cozy hobbies to help fill your life with a little bit more calm. And so in today's video, we're going to be talking about cooking, baking, and collecting. So grab a cozy chair and cozy up with a blankie, and maybe make yourself a cozy beverage too, and let's get started. Cooking. There is this kind of peace that comes from being in the kitchen when everything slows down and all that matters is the sound of a wooden spoon against a pot or the steady rhythm of chopping vegetables. Cooking isn't just about making food, it's about creating comfort and sustenance, a ritual that grounds us one day at a time. Today we're going to be slowing down to savor the art of cozy cooking, the warmth, the creativity, and the way that it gently fills our days with meaning. Cooking is a form of creativity that engages every single sense. The bright colors of fresh produce, the sound of a simmering pot on the stove, the way that the scent of garlic or rosemary can fill your entire space and make it feel alive. There's also little rituals like sharpening a knife or stirring slowly or tasting as you go, one of my favorites. There's no need for perfection here. The beauty is in the process. You begin to realize how grounding it is to be present with your food, to slow down and to notice how the ingredients change and blend and become something nourishing. And maybe that's the cozy part, the stillness that comes when your hands are busy but your mind is calm. Cooking for connection. Cooking connects us to our culture, to our loved ones, even to people who came before us. Every recipe carries a story, something passed down, shared, or rediscovered. Maybe you have a dish that reminds you of home, a recipe your grandmother used to make, or something you always cook when you're missing someone. In those moments, cooking becomes more than a task. It's a memory, it's love, it's comfort. All of those things stir together. Even when we cook for ourselves, there's connection. It's a way of saying, I deserve care. I deserve warmth. The evening ritual. There's something about cooking in the evening that feels like unwinding, a way to close out the day gently. As the light fades, the kitchen becomes its own little world. The sound of a bubbling sauce, the low hum of the stove, it's a rhythm that soothes us. Maybe you're making something simple, a warm soup, pasta with herbs, roasted vegetables. It doesn't need to be fancy. The coziness comes from the quiet and from an act of care, from the warmth that lingers long after the last bite. Eating what you made, maybe with a candle glowing beside you, feels like a small kind of joy, a reminder that even the busiest days have room for comfort at the end. Cooking teaches us patience. It reminds us to be present, to notice, to taste, to care. It's both an art and an act of self-kindness. So the next time you step into your kitchen, don't rush. Turn on some soft music, light a candle, and let yourself fall into the rhythm of cooking. Because in those quiet, cozy moments, stirring, tasting, and waiting, you're not just making a meal, you're creating a little piece of peace. The cozy art of baking. There's a certain kind of magic that only lives in baking. Maybe it's the way that flour does the air like a whisper, or how the smell of something sweet in the oven can make a house feel like a home. Baking slows time. It invites you to stay, to savor, and to remember. Today we're stepping into the cozy art of baking, where every step is a story, every smell a memory, and every crumb is a little piece of comfort. There's a gentle ritual to baking in the beginning. The gentle ritual of beginning. There's something lovely about how baking can begin quietly, without rush, and yet with gathering flour, sugar, eggs, butter, ordinary things, and yet together they hold the promise of something wonderful and delicious. You measure, you pour, you stir. It's not about precision so much as rhythm, that comforting repetition that feels like meditation. When you bake, you create a kind of stillness. The world fades away for a moment, and all that exists is you, the ingredients, and the soft hum of possibilities. Scent is a memory secret keeper, and nothing brings back moments quite like the smell of something baking. Maybe it's your grandmother's banana bread recipe, the way it makes the whole house smell like Sundays. Or maybe it's the scent of vanilla cupcakes you made with a friend after school. The aroma lingers long after the baking is done, carrying pieces of the past with it. Warm kitchens, laughters, old recipes written on faded cards. Baking has a quiet way of connecting us to who we were and everyone who has baked before us. Every whiff of cinnamon or brown sugar feels like a reunion with a memory. Baking teaches us patience, a rare and beautiful thing in this busy world of ours. You can't rush the dough rising. You can't hurry the golden edges of a cake. You wait, and while you wait, the world softens. The kitchen fills with warmth, and minutes stretch out like a lullaby. In that waiting, something else rises, not the dough, not just the dough, but the peace. It's a reminder that beautiful things take time, and it's okay to slow down and let them. Baking is one of the coziest ways to say I care. Every pie, every loaf, every tray of cookies carries a little bit of love in it. You bake for birthdays, for rainy afternoons, for no reason at all. You bake to fill the house with warmth and to share that warmth with others. And the beautiful part, even if no one else is around, you're still sharing it with yourself. A gift of comfort made by your own hands. Maybe that's what coziness truly is. A way of giving softness to the world, one slice at a time. When the baking is done and the oven cools, there's always that quiet moment after. The kind when you sit with a warm piece of something sweet, a little tired but content. Baking reminds us that comfort doesn't come from perfection, it comes from care, from the gentle processes of mixing and waiting and hoping and testing. So bake something soon, not because you have to, but because it feels good to fill your space with warmth and sweetness. Because every time you bake, you're not just making a dessert, you're creating a moment that will live softly in memory. The cozy joy of collecting. Every item tells a story. A chipped mug, a pressed flower, a stack of postcards faded by time. Each one is a fragment of life, a memory that you can hold. Collecting isn't about owning things. It's about noticing, how seeing the quiet beauty in what the world leaves behind. Today we're going to explore a little bit more into the cozy joy of collecting, the art of curating comfort, one meaningful piece at a time. Collecting begins in small moments. You find something on a walk, in a thrift shop, tucked away in a drawer, and it catches your heart for reasons you can't quite explain. Maybe it's the texture of an old book cover, a soft glaze on a homemade cup, the way a photograph catches the light from another time. Each piece you bring home adds a note to your personal symphony, quiet, nostalgic, imperfect, but deeply yours. Collecting teaches us to see the world differently, to look closer, to find beauty not in perfection, but in story. Every object carries its own quiet history, a book that's been passed down through generations of people who loved it. A trinket picked up on a trip that you almost forgot about. a ticket stub from a concert that changed your life. These things don't just fill space, they hold emotion. They whisper reminders of moments that mattered in the past. Collectors are, in a way, archivists of feeling. Each shelf becomes a map of where you've been and what you've loved, and what you hope to remember. Less about the possession and more about the connection, preserving little echoes of life before they fade. What makes a collection beautiful isn't just the objects themselves, it's the space between them, the pauses, the moments where your eyes wander from one object to the next, catching a feeling in the air, a sense of calm, nostalgia, maybe even wonder. Collecting, when done with care, becomes an art form, a visual poem written in texture, tone, and memory. Some pieces will fade, others will stay, but together they form a living portrait of your world, a quiet museum of meaning that no one else could ever recreate. To collect is to curate. It's an art of love and attention and deciding what belongs and what doesn't. There's a beauty in rearranging, in dusting a shelf, in finding a new spot for something old, in discovering how your space evolves as you do. Maybe your collection tells a story of traveling. Maybe it's about color, texture, or time. Maybe it's simply about things that make you feel at peace. Collecting can be grounding, a tactile way to hold on to the softness in a fast and digital world. It invites us to come back to the physical, into what can be touched, held, and remembered. Collecting isn't about having more, it's about holding close to what's meaningful. A cozy joy of collecting lives in the in-between, in the pause between finding and keeping, between remembering and letting go. Maybe one day you'll look around and realize your space has become a mirror of your heart. Every item a quiet story of who you are and what you've loved along the way. So keep collecting softly, not for perfection, but for presence. For the art of seeing beauty in what's small and simple and entirely your own. Thank you guys for joining me back in the Cozy Corner again, and please like this video and subscribe so you don't miss another upload of the Cozy Corner. And let me know in the comments below which of these cozy hobbies you are going to try next. And also, please let me know if you would like to see a different cozy hobby in a video in the next video. And if you stay to the end of this video, comment this emoji so I know that you watched all the way through. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Stay cozy, my friends.